Welcome to the Wedding Video Boss podcast. I'm your host, Paul Santiago. This is episode 5 with a really good title, Seek and Employ. How to find the right people to work with you. We'll discuss where to look and how to choose. These are all from my experience, so it might be different from what workshops teach people. Oh, wait. What? Oh, workshops don't teach this. Okay then. Before I begin, let's do the quotes for the day. I actually have 3. First one is from Richard Branson. If you don't know who Richard Branson is, he's the founder of the Virgin Group. And he said, hiring the right people takes time, the right questions, and a healthy dose of curiosity. What do you think is the most important factor when building your team? For us, it's personality. From Jim Collins, who's a book author and teacher. People are not your most important asset. The right people are. And last but not the least, from Howard Schultz, Chairman and CEO of Starbucks. Hiring people is an art, not a science. And resumes can't tell you whether someone will fit into a company's culture. That's right, kids. Don't think that you could do this by yourself. People are a vital element to your success. And it all starts with how important they are to you. Let's talk about where to look for the right people and how to choose the perfect fit in this segment I'd like to call I Finally Found Someone. Hey, you're still here. Good. That means you're really intrigued. Okay, let me show you first where not to look. Actually, let's talk about where to look. Fine. I'll do where to look and where not to look. And then we go to how to choose. Quick tip. You need to do the math, know your market, and know how big you want to get. There's a big difference between doing 30 weddings a year from doing 100. Let's talk about where to look. Number 1. Friends. I'll tell you in a sec why I go for friends first. Not necessarily your direct friends, but maybe acquaintances. Make sure you choose the ones that have a good work ethic, because that means that they're surrounded by people with the same work ethic. Maybe they know someone from work or people from school. Chances are, though, the ones who have great work ethic won't be the ones who are still looking for work. But when you find one, you have to cherish them and never let them go. Hey, nothing worth getting is ever easy, right? The reason why I recommend friends first is because they already sort of know who you are and they know who to suggest to you. There's a sense of familiarity, which is important. But also, friends, at least your real friends, they really want to help you out. So if you feel like you're not getting good leads or noticing that everyone you know is underqualified, it's probably time to look for better friends. Fortunately for us, Jean, our master videographer, had friends that had great work ethic, and they had friends who were the same, and it just became this snowball of fun. Number 2, networking events and mixers. You'll meet a lot of people at mixers. Most of the time you'll meet photographers, a lot of planners, but on rare occasions, a videographer. I have no idea why videographers don't go to these things. You have to chat with all of these people. You'll never know who you'll meet. Plus, you have to realize that in mixers, everyone is there to work. So don't be shy. Make sure to put your best foot forward. If you're a sloppy drunk, try not to drink too much. You want people to remember who you are and what you do, not how drunk you were. Like, where were you? I lost my shoe. Honestly, I go to networking events because I want to just hang out with people and not really talk about work. Sometimes wedding people just need to relax and kick back. Let's go to number 3, Facebook wedding groups in your area. So for this one, I narrowed it down because this is the next best thing from networking. Actually, better, because you can just stay at home. You can research them better before you reach out or meet them. It's not stalking if it's on social media, right? right? Is that the case? Oh, I think so. Local wedding groups are created to connect everyone in the area. And since we like our area, this helped us a lot. We decided to just concentrate on the Orange County, LA area in California. So we went ham on going to all of these events. Are you searching for people right now? Ooh, you stalker. Okay, let's go to where not to look. Not that I'm saying that there's none in these places, but these were a time waster for me. Number one, film school. You know, because they have a film background and they want Hollywood pay for zero experience. Kids, movie sets and weddings are two totally different beasts. I for sure cannot work at a movie set, and I acknowledge that. You should too, man. There's actually no number two. Now that you've narrowed down the places to look for people, here's how you pick them. Number one, know the position you're hiring for. You can't just say shooter. You have to know if you're really looking for a lead or a second shooter or an editor. These things will never be the same, so be sure to make it specific. They need to fall into roles or else it's going to be chaos. You can't have all A's in a team. There has to be a hierarchy. Number two, know the company culture and analyze their EQ. Make sure they fit the team because they can make or break the chemistry. I have all sorts of people work with us, and some I thought were a good fit until my guys talked to us and said, nah. Others meshed really well, but then they had to go and leave the nest too, you know? Point is, just like in any circle, the glue will always be chemistry. So make sure you like the person you're hiring. Number three, determine if they're teachable or knowledgeable. These people you hire, oftentimes they could teach you things. They can elevate your business to the next level or at least keep it going with consistency. But either way, they'll help big time. I have one guy, he taught me how to do ring shots from what he learned from school, and that really changed the way we do our video now. And I owe it all to him. Thanks, Christian. Number four, determine the level of knowledge with the fundamentals. This is pretty clear, very self-explanatory. So if I'm looking for a second shooter, they need to have great monopod skills. The ones that don't, we make them as associates. If I'm looking for editors, it's the same process. I know some business owners that do high volume. Whenever they look for a second shooter, they don't want glide work or drone work. They want people who are good at monopod and tripod, shoot clean, crisp, and steady. Guys, you need to understand the power of mastering the fundamentals. You have to keep it simple because that's going to make a huge difference. Number five, hire them once and see how they work with a team. You'll never know until you try, right? Now that they've fallen into their roles, this is where being a team player kicks in. Okay, so here's what I've noticed. People who play team sports are better at teamwork. They know where they should be and how they need to react. For example, when I have a second shooter and an associate, usually the associate, they handle the audio for us, and we're about to do the first look. But then everyone's running late, and we have to drive to the first look area. I usually drive with my associate because we film the bride together, and then we talk about our game plan because I know that it'll happen as soon as we get there. When we get there, I see that the second shooter already has the groom mic'd up. That's perfect. What a team player. Those little things are so important. And did you see what I did there? I laid out the game plan even before we got to the place. Team sports, baby. Anticipation. During the game, team players guide and motivate their teammates. They cheer them on. I am the prize. Okay, you've covered all the bases, and now it's up to you to build your business with the right people. So here's a quick recap. In looking for people, number one, you ask your friends. Number two, attend networking events and mixers. Number three, join Facebook wedding groups in your area. On hiring, always remember PECMI. PECMI. P, position you're hiring for. E, EQ, and if it fits the company culture. C, coachability. M, mastery of the fundamentals. And I, is he or she a team player? So just take note, there is no I in team, but there's higher in hierarchy. Sorry, I didn't know how to end this. Just hire smart. I'd love to hear how this episode was for you. Also, if you have any questions or suggestions, just feel free to reach out. It's all in the show notes. I'm throwing out all these information goldness for free, so I'd appreciate it if you help me by subscribing, rating, or leaving a review, or doing all three. Thanks so much to those who already did it. Thank you for listening. It means the world to me. And I'll see you on the next Wedding Video Boss podcast. Till then, play nice if you can't win. Be nice if you're good looking. Boss man out.